Let's listen to these words of Swami Kriyananda on willingness. Willingness must be cultivated deliberately. It is an attitude of mind and depends not on outward conditions. Most people are willing or unwilling depending on their likes and dislikes. This habit tends to develop a bias toward unwillingness, which gradually becomes chronic and attracts to itself chronic failure. Don't wait for favorable circumstances to awaken willingness in you. Train yourself in the attitude of saying yes to life. Often, by this simple attitude, you will find success arriving unexpected at your door. Now we will do this affirmation first in a loud voice, then in normal voice, then in whisper, and finally mentally offering it at the superconscious level. So please repeat after me first in loud voice. I welcome everything that comes to me.
I welcome everything that comes to me
As an opportunity for further growth.
as an opportunity for further growth.
I welcome everything that comes to me as an opportunity for further growth. Now in whisper, just for your guidance purpose, I am saying it loudly. I welcome everything that comes to me as an opportunity for further growth. Now let's offer it at the superconscious, at the point between the eyebrows, mentally. I welcome everything that comes to me as an opportunity for further growth. I welcome everything that comes to me as an opportunity for further growth. Let's pray silently. Lord, help me overcome the satanic pull of unwillingness. The more I embrace life in your name, the more I feel your joy. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. This week's satsang reading is week 16 from the book Rays of the One Light by Swami Kriyananda. The topic is to each according to his faith. Truth is one and eternal. Realize oneness with it in your deathless self within. The following commentary is based on the teachings of Paramhansa Yogananda. In the Gospel of St. John, chapter 3, we read, Everyone that doeth evil hath the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. But that he doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in God. It is a common experience shared by most people that when a person airs his experiences, a desire to hide that error from his conscience instead of holding it up for purification. Error clutches its misdeeds to itself and resists correction, though it is only in the state of purity that we can achieve perfect freedom. It requires an act of will to offer that awareness up to the light and to hold it there until one's inner darkness is completely dissipated. For every state of consciousness has its own attractive power. The more we allow that attraction to act upon us, the more we attract to ourselves the objective circumstances and experiences natural to it. Our faith is the attractive power of our underlying state of consciousness. Goodness attracts goodness, It takes goodness even to see goodness. Evil attracts evil, and it takes evil to see evil. That is, to take special note of its existence. Whatever there is in your heart of darkness or light, offer it up to the heights. In the supreme light alone will we find salvation. Accept nothing less in yourself as your lasting reality. As the Bhagavad Gita says in the 12th chapter, cling thou to me, clasp me with heart and mind. So shalt thou dwell surely with me on high. But if thy thought droops from such height, if thou best weak to set body and soul upon me constantly, despair not, give me lower service, seek to reach me, worshipping with steadfast will. And if thou canst not worship steadfastly, work for me, toil in works pleasing to me, for he that laboureth right for love of me shall finally attain. But if in this thy faint heart fails, bring me thy failure. Thus, to Holy Scripture, God has spoken to mankind. Om.
Thank you, Anandita, for the wonderful reading, and good evening, everyone, one more time. This is a very beautiful reading, and the end of that reading is extremely powerful in many ways, where in Gita, Krishna just gives what is the final solution to all our problems. He says, just cling to me, don't leave me. And in fact, that is what, as a devotee, or for that matter, any truth seeker is trying to do. Cling to me. Why? If Krishna comes to this room, and in fact, there are 2-3 chairs empty, he takes the front chair, and he is there, let's say. So our problems, whatever life is there, if that kind of a counsel is there with us, why do we worry? Isn't it? Just that now these chairs are empty. Maybe Krishna is the invisible format. We can't see him. And that's why that experience doesn't remain too tangible. That's why he says that is the one who has even understood this part, that consciousness. We started with the invocation. We always start with the invocation. We bow to the Guru. But what is that Guru is said in that the second shloka that we say. He says is Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tvam Namami. He is the one who is the presence within ourselves, each one of us. In our practices, when we get a glimpse of it, what he said becomes possible. Hold on to him. Problems will come, yes. The world is anyway going to go through whatever it has to go through. We all have to go through individually whatever we have to go through. Issue comes is like when I feel I am just by myself, whom should I go? Should I go to my parents? Certainly, yeah. Should I go to my friends? Whom should I go so that there is comfort? But this says the comfort is right there inside you. He said just cling to that comfort and you will live a victorious life. But that's a realization. You see, we cannot hold on to it. And that's why he says if this is not your experience at the moment, he's not giving alternatives. He's not saying if you cannot do it, do this. He says if you don't think you are there, then try and do the worship. If when constant worship is a problem, then do service. You see, many of us here, we spend our days with the intention again just to offer that service to the Lord, not to a person or anything. But then he says, if that is also way too vague or constantly doing it, if you fail in that effort, bring me your failures. When we talk about failures, nobody likes to admit, especially devotees, we say, failures. You see, like if you come inside here, generally you will find people smiling. And that's a good thing. We do not want people not to smile when to greet. But inside also, if there's something is not going on, something which is doesn't necessarily is making you smile, but we try to put on that face, isn't it? Now there is some value to it, a huge value to it. Master said, ki even if you are in the mood, make an effort to smile. It's very difficult when you are in the mood to smile. Face doesn't obey your will in some ways, isn't it? But there is also what he's warning there is a sense of rejection about ki no, I am like on a spiritual path, I'm a good guy. Where is this inside, this so-called darkness or uncomfortable feeling coming from? In fact, in level 2, our second level of classes, many times students come and then they say, ki, I have just finished 6 classes, I still get angry. And while they are upset about it, more upset is that they're at home. They say, ki, my wife or my husband tells me, ki, you are doing this meditation classes, how can you get angry? And they say, that is true, I shouldn't be. And that's sort of, while in some joking ways, naive expectation. As we go, we take Kriya, we are working on it for like a year after year, and we say, I am still getting angry. And there is a resistance inside ourselves to accept that. We say, no, I cannot be. I mean, what if I tell Pradnya tomorrow that yesterday was a bad day for me? How can it be? You are on the path for last 10 years. And she may not even say that, but inside me, there's sort of a conception, no, I have to be like one perfect being. But what if you're not there? There is a problem of that, and he's not getting too much into that. He says, first of all, don't rule on your failure. It is not, if we don't fail, if let's say I am just having a smooth ride, there are two possibilities. First is maybe I have reached it. And the second possibility is the ego or those troubling tendencies themselves are the kingdom of my king or king of my kingdom, which are likely to be true. So in that way, see, failures are very beautiful, even if it's errors. There is a very beautiful book that Swamiji has written. It's called Sadhu Beware. And it's a very small book, but he has many good hints there. If you are feeling too confident about yourself, when I started on the path, they were talking about ego. Now, I don't think anybody of us have that kind of an ego, okay, like, what are you? Look at me, I'm a big guy here. No, we don't say that. We're good people. And we don't also have like, we don't have too many desires also. So where is this ego? And Swami is writing book after book about the whole point is ego transcendence. I'm ready to transcend, but at least that should be in front of me, isn't it? But nowhere to be found. So Swamiji says, yes, because it is sort of the ego is trying to find itself. You see, we cannot see ourselves. No matter, I can see everyone here, but I cannot see myself. Sometimes I tell this joke. I tell Pradnya, make sure that, see if the center is empty. She's on the call, she says, okay, there's nobody. So did you go in every room? She said, yeah. I went to the temple, I went to the next room. There is nobody. But people are telling me there is somebody in the center. She said, no, but I checked. What is she missing? Herself. See, we cannot see, ego cannot find itself. Till the point we actually find it, which is what error points. Many of the things that Swamiji talks about there in those exercises are really very complicated. He said if somebody says something, he claims credit for what you have done. If it doesn't matter, just keep quiet. Now put yourself into that shoes. I have done something really good. Somebody is lying and taking credit for it. Something inside will be bubbling. No, it's not him, it is me. Even if we don't speak that, there will be something inside, isn't it? And he says that is ego. See, now we have something to transcend. The reading starts where he says, ki the truth, you have to do the truth. Right now we are talking it. No? What does it mean, do the truth? Is you have to, whatever you like, it has to become our experience. I'll tell you a funny thing. We talk about practicing the presence of God. That is one of the A very popular axiom of spiritual path. I mentioned, if you have God inside, why not just be with Him? It's a great idea. So how to do it? And there is a very beautiful book, many of you might have already read it. It's by Frank Lobach, and he has written about letters from modern mystic. And he had done this exercise where he said, I am so-called mystic and I just talk, but I don't do much. So I have to do something. So what did he try to do? He decided, I am going to think of God once every minute. Just one time. Every minute I will think and I'll continue what I'm doing. No stop, nothing, everything will continue. And he continued that as his practice. And beautiful book he has written, beautiful experiences he has written. Swamiji says he was a saint of his own time. And I was very impressed by that practice. I heard it, I said, I got to do that too. Now this is our job also, no? Devotees, what else is the job? So now I understood what to do. So before I came to India, I went to another Buddhist monastery. And they also have this concept of just being in the moment. Like, what happens is like we are in the moment and all of a sudden Anil calls me and that's it. My moment is gone. I'm somewhere else. So they have this practice where they have this clock. They use rings, bells, big time. And then the clock is, it rings every time at 12 o'clock or like 12 and then every 15 minutes there is a bell. And their practice was every time you hear a bell, that's your sort of awakening call. You pause and then you bring back yourself. Just as Frank Lobach was saying, think of God, practicing the presence. I said, this is good. I have a very technical mind. So I got an app. These days we have the smartphone. So they have come up with an app also. Every 15 minutes it rings. So, and I have gone, that is the time when I was in Vatunde. Vatunde is our ashram just outside on Pune. And I set it. Every 15 minutes it was going to ring and I will be in the perpetual presence of the Lord. So started, and this was when Swamiji was there. There were around 35 people on the Vatunde property. And lot of action used to happen. People would come, they have some queries, something or the other. So first I was there. I was supposed to be helping technically with people. So there my phone, there my computer. People were coming. 15 minutes, the first bell rang. So okay, I got to stop. I took a pause and then I thought of God whichever way I could. Continued. No, more people started coming, so it demanded more of my attention to them. And while I was engrossed in that conversation, all of a sudden again, that 15 minutes is too short, you see. It rang again, I said, oh boy. So I had to cut that conversation. I said, okay, I have to be present, whatever I understood by that present. Again I went. And then now, again I got engrossed in that conversation. 15 minutes, I thought this is just becoming too much. So I said, okay, 15 minutes is too quick. Let's do it like 1 hour, every 1 hour. So 1 hour happened, but still now after 1 hour I was getting disturbed by that bell. And not only that, so now I changed the frequency furthermore and then realized that rather than becoming in presence of God, every 1 hour I was becoming present with my own frustration. And I started dreading that sound now. Okay, Umbi is going to come in 15 minutes. I said, this is absolutely not working. I stopped that app. What was the missing part? I realized it worked for him. It worked for the monks. Why is it not working for me? When I got all the mechanics of it correctly, but I realized I got the practice, but I have not understood what the presence is in the first place. It just was very mechanical game. The game which wasn't giving me any joy. So I realized that unless I realize what this whole presence is, there is no point of this practice. You may think this was a completely hopeless exercise. I would say no. I erred big time. I thought I'll get it all together, but it planted inside me a seed. I need to figure out this other part. I have missed the point of I was just more excited, how can this be done? But what needs to be done was not yet fully understood. So even things, when we fail, it is not a problem because you see, like the moment I create that opportunity, it allowed me to explore something else. Before lunches, before every meal, even in Ananda, we generally sing this prayer. Receive, Lord, in thy light, the food we eat. In Marathi also we have a beautiful thing. And many times we sing that as well, especially in Ananda. We right now after Prasad we have it, we sing it. But I realized that after that singing, that's it. He says, do truth. Meaning what? Create that opportunity. We have to create that space so that something can be understood. See, some of you, probably all of you have learned meditation. If someone comes and says, okay, no, I want to talk about meditation, what would you tell them? There's nothing to talk. Ashaji says a funny story. One of her relatives came and she said, can I come for meditation? And she was surprised. She said, but you haven't done anything. He said, no, I just want to come and see. She told him there's nothing to see. But he was not convinced, so she took him. And then absolutely there was nothing to see because they closed their eyes and that's what it was for next 2 hours. I remember the first time they said, I learned meditation, maybe 5-10 minutes I have done. And then I was very enthusiastic. So Thursday they used to have long meditation, 1 hour meditation. So I said, can I join? So I said, yeah, everybody can join. They had their hesitation. This guy just learned on Saturday and Thursday is coming for a 1 hour. So I went there and again the same thing. I went there, they closed their eyes. I thought something more will happen. I closed my eyes and I opened, they had their eyes closed. I said, my goodness, I'm going to sit like that for the next 1 hour. And it was so strange. I was determined. I said, I came here, I can't just make fool of myself. So I sat there. First Thursday, and from there, every Thursday I sat there. It was tormenting first. Like, what on earth happens? But I had committed that time. 1 hour, I'm going to close my eyes. And slowly the initial, 1 hour is a very long period. So first 5-10 minutes, this mind is like, bad idea. We have so many other things to do and all those noise. But thankfully, that was a nurturing environment. I said, I could be stupid, but these guys, they know what they're doing. I sat there Thursday after Thursday, and in time, I understood some things. What is happening here? This is not just closing eyes, and there's something more happens. Same thing. See, that time has to be created. Just a few days ago, we were having lunch, me and Anandita, and she all of a sudden says, see, we keep talking about silence and whatnot, how other people have silent meal. We watched this video by Brahma Kumaris, and they have such a beautiful, and when we have eat, we are chatting and discussing project. Service, but a lot of chatter and meals. She said, can we sit quietly and eat today? And she didn't say all this long thing, but by her gesture I understood we are supposed to eat in silence. So all of a sudden I became silent, and then in my mind because I was not prepared, mind was going everywhere. I was eating, thinking about it. I said, there's no silence. I'm not speaking, but there is absolutely no silence inside me. They said, but why am I thinking so much? No. If we are after all, we are making an effort to eat in silence, let me do something more. I was eating something I really like, actually, Puran Poli. I said, I have this dish right in front of me which I like. I'm enjoying it, and yet my mind is sort of going chattering there. Why can't I just focus on the enjoyment for a bit? And I did that. See, if I like something, I eat quickly. I guess it's true for pretty much everyone. So 5 minutes, I finished my meal, but at least it slowed me down. Again, the same thing. The teaching, they say, all these remain will good thoughts. Receive, Lord, in thy light. We're offering the food to the Lord, but when the time actually comes to actual offering, we are again lost in the translation. And I'm not saying as a criticism to anyone, we lose the opportunity. When we do meditation, it's a great beginning because we create that opportunity morning and evening. Is there something really worthwhile within this body? They say it is. They say there is a very big presence inside this. So why don't I give it an opportunity to reveal itself? It is not going to be revealed just by reading books or just by getting everything that we have. We have to create that possibility. And same thing throughout the day. Because a moment, a little glimpse we get, if any of it, we get transformed. Transformed for good. Tyaga. What does tyag mean? Tyag means one has understood that there's something worthwhile looking, we create that space. Meaning what? I can be doing something more fun, but I choose not to do it because maybe I'll find something more valuable. I will do this every Thursday. I will come and sit, close my eyes, because maybe what they're saying is true. May not be my experience now, but I create. And the moment we get even a little glimpse of it, that's the state of Vairagya. We understood it. No need for any conviction. Our faith that the reading is talking about becomes rooted in our own experience. We may begin with belief, as I say, I trust you. But the moment we get a glimpse of it, we're rooted in it. The more we rooted in it, one day, inevitably, Swami talks about this as a spiral stairway of wakefulness. Same situation. If you look at our life, there's nothing dramatically different from any of us. We wake up, we eat, we do some stuff, we do some kind of a chore, look for happiness somewhere here and there, sleep, and the cycle is just repeating again and again. What is changing? The only thing is changing is the degree we are awake to our own existence, to our own life. And for that purpose, we need to create that space. It is not just a circumstance that we are all here. It is a calling of our heart. So we honor it, we create that possibility, choose. I would invite everyone to just pick wherever, whatever the version of your life, nothing needs to change, but which is what I can do. And how to do it also, there's no need to have like a formal thing. Just create it. It will lead. I shared with you a funny thing. I started with the complete utter failure exercise. Did it bring me somewhere? Absolutely. That question was very, very, very important for me. I have not understood a zilch. I was very happy about that. I burned in that question for many years. We create that space, something starts growing inside ourselves. And that is our opportunity. That is what they say. That is what in time we will discover, and then it will be much easier to cling to it because there will be tangibility to that as well. With that, I will take a pause. Om Guru.